Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we are diving deep into a seemingly ordinary piece of American change that could be hiding an extraordinary secret: the 1973 Washington $quarter coin. This coin may have passed through countless hands over the decades, but for those who know what to look for, it might just be worth a fortune. The 1973 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of everyday currency. It's a snapshot of American heritage, art, and minting excellence. With George Washington proudly displayed on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse, this coin carries with it not just monetary value, but a symbol of national pride and craftsmanship. But what turns this everyday quarter into a collector's dream isn't just the design. It's the mystery and rarity hidden in certain versions of this coin that send collectors into a frenzy. Most people don't realize that within the 1973 quarters are rare versions with minting errors that make them incredibly valuable. These aren't flaws, they're treasures. We're talking about double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even transitional errors where the coin was struck on the wrong type of planchet. These specific types of minting errors are not only rare but highly sought after by numismatists and collectors around the globe. When one of these coins hits the auction block, it doesn't stay there for long. Let's talk about some of these jaw-dropping errors that make the 1973 quarter a collector's golden ticket. One of the most famous is the double die error, where the image of Washington or the text on the coin appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. This small imperfection is a big deal, and collectors pay thousands just for this error alone. Another error includes coins struck off-center, where the design is partially missing from the coin's edge, a result of the planchet not being properly aligned when struck. These coins are not just rare. They are one of a kind. And then, there are the truly mysterious ones, like the 1973 quarters accidentally struck on a silver planchet instead of the standard copper-nickel clad. While silver quarters were officially discontinued for circulation after 1964, accidental minting of silver planchets in later years has occurred and are considered once-in-a-lifetime finds. Imagine holding a coin meant for another era. That's what makes these transitional errors so incredible and historically significant. But how can you tell if your 1973 Washington quarter is one of these hidden gems? Start by examining the coin with a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the lettering or numbers, especially in the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Check the coin's rim for any clipping or off-center strikes. Weigh the coin. A silver planchet quarter will weigh slightly more than the usual copper-nickel one. The standard weight for a clad quarter is about 5.67 grams, but a silver quarter will come in closer to 6.25 grams. If your quarter matches these characteristics, you might just have a treasure in your hands. The collector market for the 1973 quarter with these errors is red hot and continues to rise year after year. Auctions have seen dramatic bidding wars over these elusive coins, and some have been sold for astonishing prices, leaving collectors stunned and inspired. The reason? Scarcity, historical intrigue, and the irresistible charm of owning something that no one else has. Rare error coins like these are not just investments. They are pieces of American numismatic history. The coin community is buzzing with excitement over the 1973 quarters, and collectors everywhere are on the hunt. If you've been stacking change or holding onto old coins passed down through family, it's time to dig them out and take a closer look. You might be unknowingly sitting on a small fortune. And remember, condition matters. Coins in near mint or uncirculated condition with rare errors can fetch unbelievable premiums in today's collector market. So now, the million-dollar question: just how much can a rare 1973 Washington quarter be worth? Well, buckle up, because if you happen to own a 1973 quarter with one of these rare errors in uncirculated condition, the value could reach a staggering $98,000. That's right, $98,000 for a single Washington quarter from 1973. It may sound unbelievable, but it's absolutely true for coins with the right combination of rarity, error, and condition. This is why collectors all over the world are hunting through their collections and change jars, hoping to discover their own piece of hidden treasure. If you're enjoying this journey through the fascinating world of coin collecting, Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another rare coin spotlight. And we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1973 quarter with an unusual feature? Do you have questions about your own coin collection? Drop a comment below and join the conversation with fellow collectors who share your passion. Second rare coin. We're talking about the legendary 1966 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but behind that familiar face of George Washington lies a world of mystery, rarity, and potentially life-changing value. This coin comes from a unique and transitional period in the United States mint's history. The year 1966 followed the historic coinage changes of 1965, when the U.S. Mint removed silver from its circulating dimes and quarters and introduced the copper-nickel-clad composition. This change sparked chaos and curiosity in the coin-collecting world, as many people began hoarding earlier silver coins, and the newly minted clad coins became part of an evolving monetary system. The 1966 Washington quarter is a symbol of that pivotal moment in time, and for collectors, it holds a story worth much more than 25 cents. But what really sets this coin apart isn't just the year. It's the incredible and rare errors that slipped through the cracks during the minting process. Errors that the mint never intended, but which have turned this coin into a coveted treasure for collectors around the globe. You see, in 1966, the mint was still perfecting the process of producing clad coins at mass scale, and in that process, mistakes happened, beautiful, valuable mistakes that today can turn a simple quarter into a collector's jackpot. Among the most thrilling errors found on 1966 quarters are double die strikes, where the details on the coin, especially the lettering or Washington's profile, appear slightly doubled. This doubling is not wear and tear. It's an official minting error that occurred during the striking process, and it adds significant value to the coin. Another eye-catching error is the off-center strike, where the design is not aligned properly, creating a dramatic visual that collectors absolutely love. These errors are often one of a kind and make each coin uniquely special, but the real crown jewel among 1966 Washington quarters is the rare version mistakenly struck on a 90% silver planchet, a leftover blank disc from 1964 or earlier. That's right. In extremely rare cases, the U.S. Mint accidentally used silver planchets instead of the newer copper-nickel ones when striking 1966 quarters. These rare silver era coins are like time travelers, blending the past with the future in a way that electrifies collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding history in pure silver form. So, how can you tell if your 1966 Washington quarter is one of these rare and valuable versions? Start with the sound test. A silver quarter makes a higher-pitched ring when dropped gently on a hard surface, compared to the duller sound of a clad coin. Next, check the edge. If the coin's edge is solid silver with no copper color showing, you may have found a silver error. Weigh the coin as well. Standard clad quarters weigh about 5.67 grams, but silver ones are heavier at around 6.25 grams. Use a digital scale for precision, and if your coin matches these traits, don't hesitate. Have it professionally appraised. Collectors are paying top dollar for these rare finds, and the market is hotter than ever. At recent coin shows and auctions, error coins from the 1960s, especially with strong doubling, off-center strikes, or transitional planchet errors, have shocked even seasoned dealers with their final sale prices. The demand is real and growing with every discovery, as more collectors enter the market in search of rare American history they can hold in their hands. These coins don't just sit in display cases, they tell stories, ignite curiosity, and fuel the passion of coin lovers all around the world. And the 1966 Washington quarter is at the heart of that excitement, drawing attention from elite collectors, investors, and even museums who understand the true value of these hidden treasures. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned numismatist, the thrill of finding a rare 1966 quarter is unmatched, and the possibility of striking it rich makes every search worthwhile. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. What is the value of a rare 1966 Washington quarter with one of these remarkable mint errors? If you happen to have an uncirculated or high-grade example with a dramatic error, or a coin struck on a silver planchet, your quarter could be worth an astounding $150,000. Yes, you heard that right. $150,000 for a single Washington quarter from 1966. That's the magic of coin collecting, the chance that something so small could hold so much history, passion, and value all at once. This isn't just pocket change, it's potential life-changing treasure for those who know what to look for and take the time to search. So, take a moment today. Check your old jars, your coin rolls, and your family's collections. You never know what you might uncover. And if you think you've found something special, tell us about it in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story and help guide you through identifying and valuing your coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, we're all in this together, connected by our shared love of rare coins and hidden treasures. Third expensive coin. We're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among modern U.S. coin collectors, the 1980 Washington quarter with the P mint mark. This isn't just another coin from your pocket change. This little piece of American currency might just surprise you with its hidden value and incredible potential. If you've got one of these coins lying around, don't blink, because what you're about to hear could change how you look at quarters forever. The 1980 Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which had just started using the P mint mark on quarters only a year before, in 1979. So, the 1980 P is one of the earlier Philadelphia mint-marked quarters in modern coinage, making it particularly interesting for collectors who love historical transitions in U.S. minting practices. But that's only the beginning of what makes this coin so exciting and potentially valuable. There's more to this quarter than meets the eye. While millions of these quarters were produced for circulation, a very small number of them contain rare minting errors that make them exceptionally valuable and highly desirable in the collector's market. These are not your average coins. They are the result of rare circumstances during the minting process that created unique, one-of-a-kind anomalies. These errors are now celebrated in the numismatic world for their beauty, rarity, and the thrill of the hunt that comes with finding one. One of the most talked about errors found on some 1980 P quarters is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by a misaligned die, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the inscriptions or Washington's portrait itself. Look closely at the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or even the date. If you spot doubling in the letters or numbers, that's a red flag in the best possible way. It means you could be looking at a true rarity that collectors would go wild for. Another highly sought-after error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is noticeably shifted from its intended position. These off-center errors vary in degree, but the most valuable examples show a major shift, often cutting off part of Washington's face or the inscriptions. This kind of error is bold, visible to the naked eye, and collectors absolutely love them, not just for their visual impact, but because they represent a true mistake that escaped the rigorous controls of the U.S. Mint. Then, there are the coins struck on the wrong planchet, a rare and fascinating mistake that happens when a quarter design is accidentally stamped onto a planchet meant for another coin, such as a nickel or even a foreign coin blank. This type of error is incredibly rare and increases the coin's value dramatically, especially when the weight and size clearly differ from a standard quarter. If you suspect your 1980 P quarter is unusually light, heavy, or looks slightly off in color, it might be time to take a much closer look. You could be holding a jackpot. Collectors around the world are actively seeking these rare 1980 P quarters with errors, and the demand has grown significantly in recent years. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and coin shows have reported surprising final bids on these error coins, especially when they are graded by a professional service and kept in excellent condition. The key here is rarity, uniqueness, and condition. If your coin has a noticeable error and it's in great shape, collectors will line up to add it to their collections. It's important to know how to properly identify and assess the value of your 1980 P quarter. Start by inspecting it under a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling, off-center designs, or signs that it was struck on a different type of planchet. Use a digital scale to measure the coin's weight and compare it to the standard 5.67 grams of a regular clad quarter. And most importantly, if your coin seems unusual in any way, consider getting it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This step can dramatically increase its value and credibility at auction. These coins aren't just spare change, they are tangible pieces of minting history, collectibles that connect us to the fascinating process of coin production and the beautiful imperfections that sometimes slip through the cracks. The 1980 P. Washington quarter has become a favorite among modern collectors, not only for its design and era, but for the real chance it offers to find a valuable, rare coin that others might overlook. Every time you check your change, you could be seconds away from discovering a hidden treasure. So, now let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for. Just how much could one of these rare and era-filled 1980 P quarters be worth in today's market? Well, if you're lucky enough to own one with a dramatic mint error in pristine, uncirculated condition, authenticated and graded by professionals, your 1980 P. Washington quarter could fetch an astonishing $76,000. Yes, you heard that right, $76,000 for a single quarter. That's the power of rarity, history, and collector demand all coming together in one incredible piece of American coinage. Imagine finding a coin that turns out to be worth more than most people's cars, and it all started with a quick look through your spare change. If you're as excited about coins as we are, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on rare coin stories and collector tips. And we want to hear from you. Have you come across a 1980 P quarter with unusual features? Do you have a coin collection you're building or questions about what you've found? Drop a comment below and let's talk coins. This is your community, and we love hearing your stories. Especially, we're talking about the 1990 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia mint mark, the 1990 P. This simple yet striking coin holds secrets that could turn spare change into serious cash. So buckle up, because this coin might just be the hidden gem in your collection. The 1990 P. Washington quarter was minted during a transitional era in U.S. coinage. A time when precision was key and yet rare minting errors still managed to escape unnoticed. The design remained iconic, with George Washington's proud profile on the obverse and the powerful heraldic eagle on the reverse. Millions were produced, and they flooded circulation across the country. But among these millions, a tiny number stand apart: rare, error-laden versions of this coin that collectors today are desperately hunting down. What makes the 1990 P. Washington quarter so valuable isn't just the age or the design. It's the mistakes, the anomalies, the beautiful errors that make these coins rare works of accidental art. Coins struck off center, coins with double dies, and even those with missing clad layers have all been discovered, and each one adds another layer of excitement to this already fascinating coin. For collectors, these are not flaws, they are treasures. And the more dramatic the error, the more thrilling the find. One of the most sought-after errors found on the 1990 P quarter is the double die obverse. This error happens when the die used to stamp the coin shifts slightly between strikes, creating a subtle but noticeable doubling in the inscriptions and sometimes even in Washington's facial features. If you look closely at "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," you may spot signs of doubling that could mean you're holding a high-value rarity. These aren't just collector favorites, they're auction stars. Another highly collectible error on the 1990 P quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the planchet, the blank coin disc, isn't properly aligned during the striking process. The result is a coin with a noticeably off-centered design and, sometimes, missing parts of the inscriptions or the image itself. These errors are instantly recognizable and create one-of-a-kind coins that have no duplicate anywhere in the world. That kind of uniqueness is what collectors dream about, but perhaps the most exciting and mysterious error of all is the missing clad layer. Since 1965, quarters have been made with a copper-nickel clad composition, but occasionally, a coin is struck without the outer layer, exposing the copper core underneath. This gives the coin a distinctive reddish tone and makes it extremely rare and valuable. These coins are often heavier or lighter than standard quarters and feel different to the touch. If you think your 1990 P quarter looks a little strange in color or weight, don't ignore it. It could be a major find. To identify whether you have one of these rare 1990 P quarters, start by examining it closely under a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling in the lettering, any shifts in the strike, or unusual coloration on the surface. Weigh it using a precise digital scale. A normal clad quarter weighs around 5.67 grams, while an error coin may deviate slightly from that. If you suspect anything unusual, don't hesitate to get the coin authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This step can turn a cool coin into a serious payday. The collector demand for 1990 P error quarters has been steadily climbing in recent years, with many collectors trying to complete full sets of modern error coins. As fewer high-grade examples remain in circulation, their rarity increases, and so does their value. Auction records have shown surprising results, with dramatic bidding wars erupting over rare 1990 P quarters that show clear and verified mint errors. It's no longer just about age, it's about uniqueness, quality, and condition. This isn't just a coin, it's a moment in time captured in metal, a piece of American craftsmanship that accidentally became a collectible masterpiece. And for those who find them, it's not just about money, it's about discovery, history, and the passion that fuels the numismatic world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1990 P quarter deserves your attention, your curiosity, and maybe even a place in your growing collection. And now, let's talk about the big question that's on everyone's mind. How much can one of these rare 1990 P Washington quarters actually be worth? If you're lucky enough to have one of these exceptional coins with a dramatic mint error, preserved in high condition and authenticated by the experts, it could sell for an astonishing $51,000. Yes, you heard that right. $51,000 for a single 1990 P quarter. That's the magic of coin collecting, the chance that something so small and simple could hold such incredible value. It's why collectors around the world are checking their change and combing through coin rolls with renewed excitement and hope. So, here's your mission. Check your coin jars, go through your old collections, and take a fresh look at those quarters. If you spot anything unusual, don't toss it aside. You might be holding a rare error coin worth thousands. And if you've ever found a 1990 P quarter with an odd feature or have questions about your collection, let us know in the comments. We love hearing your stories and helping you uncover the hidden value in your coins. Last unique coin. We're talking about the 1994 Washington quarter dollar with the P mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While this coin was part of everyday change in the mid-90s, a select few of these quarters carry hidden secrets that can transform them from spare change into a collector's dream. So stay with us, because this is a story you don't want to miss. The 1994 P Washington quarter is part of a modern generation of coins that have taken the spotlight in recent years as more collectors shift their focus from older classics to rare and valuable modern-era coins. With its iconic design featuring George Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse, this coin is a symbol of tradition and American heritage. But the real excitement lies beneath the surface, in the rare and unusual minting errors that have turned some of these coins into high-value collectibles. One of the most remarkable things about the 1994 P quarter is that despite being produced in large numbers, only a very small number have been found with rare and highly valuable mint errors. These errors are what elevate this coin from common to extraordinary. Coins with double die obverse errors are among the most desired, where you can see visible doubling in the inscriptions or the date, a clear and unmistakable sign that you might be holding something incredibly rare. This kind of doubling is a result of the die being misaligned during the minting process, and collectors go absolutely wild for it. Another stunning error found in 1994 P quarters is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank, also known as the planchet, is not properly positioned in the coining press. The result is a coin with a design that appears shifted or cut off, making it look visually striking and instantly recognizable as an error. These off-center errors can range from minor to dramatic, and the more dramatic the shift, the more collectors are willing to pay. A well-preserved off-center 1994 P quarter is a true prize in any collection. There's also the fascinating and rare occurrence of quarters being struck on the wrong planchet, sometimes even on planchets meant for nickels or foreign coins. These planchet errors result in coins that are the wrong weight, have different metallic composition, or display unusual colors and edges. These are the types of mistakes that make headlines at auctions and grab the attention of serious collectors everywhere. If your 1994 P quarter feels lighter, heavier, or looks different from other quarters, don't ignore it. You might be holding something incredibly special. Identifying whether you have one of these rare 1994 P quarter errors is not difficult, but it requires attention to detail. Start by inspecting the coin closely under good lighting, especially around the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1994. Any signs of doubling or abnormal spacing could be a red flag in the best way possible. Use a digital scale to check its weight. A standard clad quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly different, you may have a rare wrong planchet error. Any noticeable off-center design is another clue that your coin is far from ordinary. These valuable coins are being sought after by collectors all across the country, and the demand is only growing. With fewer high-grade error coins being discovered in circulation, their rarity continues to increase, which means their value does too. Coin shows and online auctions have seen 1994 P error quarters receive incredible bids from collectors eager to add these unique pieces to their collections. Whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or wrong planchet error, these coins have proven themselves as highly desirable in today's coin market. The beauty of modern coin collecting is that you don't have to dig through ancient hoards or travel the globe to find value. Sometimes it's right in your own pocket change. The 1994 P Washington quarter is a perfect example of how a coin from recent history can hold both numismatic significance and financial potential. These coins carry not just the image of George Washington, but also the exciting chance of discovering a rare error that could be worth far more than anyone ever expected. Now, let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for. Just how much can a rare and error-filled 1994 P quarter be worth today? If you've got one in pristine, uncirculated condition with a confirmed mint error such as a bold double die or a wrong planchet strike, your coin could fetch as much as $40,000. That's right, $40,000 for a quarter that may have passed through your hands without a second thought. That's the magic of collecting, the thrill of discovery, and the potential for unexpected fortune. So take a second look at those quarters in your change jar, search through those old coin rolls, and don't overlook anything from the 1990s, because hidden treasure might be closer than you think. If you've ever found a 1994 P quarter that looked unusual, or if you're unsure whether your coin could be valuable, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story and help you uncover its potential. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next rare coin spotlight. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting, stay curious, and always believe that the next coin you find might just be the one worth a fortune.